So good afternoon. Can I start? Everyone is there?
Madam, please start.
Yeah. Okay. So now let us see what are the differences there. I hope I should pass on this. Yeah. So let's start with the unit 6 of block 2, technology for design, development and delivery of material. So this unit basically focus on the technology for material design first, then technology for material development, and then technology for delivery of materials. So let us first take up technology next. Technology for material design. Try to understand, see the we have been using, we all know since 2 days we are reading that number of technological devices like radio, television, film sticks, overhead projector, audio, video cassettes were used to make teaching effective and enhance learning. But nowadays, teaching and learning has been enhanced by the ICT, vast array of ICT based technologies, where you have studied interactive radio, video conferencing, web based, and satellite based services. So, the two major things which are required, we will be studying whenever we study the technology. There are two words, which is technology in education and technology of education. So largely this hardware, software, they come under the technology in education, and the theories of learning, models of teaching, they come in technology of education. So whenever we design a courseware, means includes how you design a courseware. It includes activities like you define the goals, specify the objectives, structure the content, and how you will structure. Just like if you see your own paper, MS032, there are some blocks, and under the blocks there are some units, and then some credits are being attached with it, arranging the component in a logical sequence, selecting and analyzing learning experience to meet the goals and objectives. So, these all, even devising how the assessment will be done, how it will be monitored, what will be the mode of delivery, what will be the instructions. All these activities basically require an access to the data, sharing of data, collaboration among the team members who are preparing the courseware. So these they require the computer, internet, and these sort of hardwares to frame it. So these are the things which we take in technology in education. I hope you people have studied MS031. There you have studied the different theories of learning, like from simple to complex, concrete to abstract. They come under the technology of education. So if you see the relationship, basically what these theories are, they are intangible. You see the theoretical concept. So the relationship between the hardware, software, and the theories, that is intangible aspects, this is this relationship. The it is represented in the way with the picture I have shown you. So the selection of technology, now any technology if you want to select, it depends upon the need of the learner, program content, the available infrastructure. So from low, now the technologies which were used earlier and the technologies which has reached to this position are low. Low technology means low interactivity, too sophisticated, high interactivity passage. So technological developments according to the scientist Bates are I give you this, you can read out this one, that earlier we have audio cassettes, then video cassettes, then audio conferencing, computer based learning, audio graphic system came, then cable TV, then teletext. And similarly, if you go through, it is going through this. Just wait. हरविंदर, मैं बात कर रही हूँ, जवाब नहीं। So just you can just go through it, and at next you can see digital video disc. So this is from low interactivity to high interactivity. These are from low tech to high tech technology, range of technologies. And this is the next table which gives where there is a high lower interactivity, like if you on the basis of high tech and low tech, or you can say the low interactivity to high interactivity. You can just see there was audio cassettes. In the medium it was audio conferencing, and in the third you have some technologies in which just you carry in your pockets the audio as well as visual components, and you can go with it. Similarly, this is a table which shows that how the interactivity, low, medium and high, they vary as far as the technology came into picture. Now the topic basically is the technology for material design. If you have to design any material, what are the different technologies you basically use? So the number one is data access, then collaborative intellectual networking, and third software for designing courseware. So let us see what you understand by data access. Accessibility technology leading to websites with relevant content, electronic database, and online educational resources like online libraries are are required to frame any course and the learners. And we have to make sure that if we are forming any courseware, they should be taken into account. And important is if we have this online libraries or online data, how the learner can assess this. It should be because this helps to save the time and to analyze and reflect upon the data, means that how you can assess the data available and form the course. Second is that by assessing that data, you frame the course. Second, collaborative intellectual networking. Collaboration and networking are essential, and technology facilitate these processes. Developers of coursewares are required to develop suitable content by standard focused on outcomes and interactive. Very important here is the collaborative intellectual networking, means the people are sitting at different places and they have the different ideas. They want to put their inputs in it. So these technology for the design, deliver and support of the content, networking through ICT facilitates this quick exchange of information among the team members. So there are nowadays it is becoming easy, because the satellites, through the satellites, or there are number of softwares like email, calendaring, chat, which help the people to involved in a common task to achieve their common goals. So hence, to facilitate interaction between the learner and teacher, the course designing is important, and this is the way that whether um, means by the collaborative attitude, where the collaboration of people, we can which interaction between them be allowed by using different softwares and technologies. You can frame the course. The courseware designer technologies. So there are a number of software nowadays. Step In and Inquiry Learning Forum are two teacher driven and teacher supportive collaborative networks which help in performing making the courseware. Software for designing the courseware. It is the third option when you design the material. So I just said while you are planning and designing courseware, a teamwork is involved, workshops, brainstorming, meetings with the expert in the area of study. So the basic purpose is how to reduce the isolation of the distance learner by making the courseware interactive. And hence, course designing is an activity that involves a lot of planning and decision making, and of course teamwork and networking. It is it is dependent on this. For the technology we use computers. Yes, computers are definitely handy for the data storing and processing during the designing stage. There is an internet, another technology is useful for assessing information and sharing, and through it you can see the curriculum of other universities or other education institution can be accessed through the internet. Conferencing facility especially help people at distance places to work jointly. Networking help in linking experts, resource persons, and course designer. Several software programs have been developed for designing coursewares. There are many reputed companies who are providing the educational institution of higher learning with the online software tools, and these for designing courseware for distance education and training provided by the corporate houses and other organizations. So the various softwares which are being used are Blackboard, WebCT, are some of the providers of the tool for designing the courses of online. Groupware, when I say the people are sitting away, the groupware is the uh, groupware is the program that help people jointly and they it is helpful to connect the people from different places and to give inputs in designing the courseware. वो इस टाइम पर आ जाती है. So now the topic is these are the three things that you should be able to assess the data. You should be able to assess it. Then you have a collaborative networking and software, that is how to design. But technology for material development. The second topic is that how the material will be developed. So software tools are available. They may serve as a template on which course development can be carried out. Because what is the technology, what are the for the material development. So various softwares are available. So one is the authoring software. Okay? For online courses, these are the software programs which provides the template. So one is the first is the authoring software. uh, Thus, authoring software is used to develop computer-aided learning packages. There are different type of authoring software available in the developing applications for journal and multimedia platforms. So, my dear students, you have to just memorize that under this authoring software we have um, often used some of the authoring software often used for for developing the material are authorware, uh, create together. Like I said, you have that creating the animated games, randomly puzzles to be generated, interactive simulations to be there. So there has to be some software on the because of which you can do that. Cyber editor, it creates to create the multimedia documents. Director, Azidia, Zelpro, Hypermethod, Icon Author. So, like this, you have iShell, MovieWorks. So these are the authoring softwares which help to develop the material. They come under the authoring software. The purpose are different. For any particular purpose we use, like developed like virtual cinema. It is developed both for Windows and Macintosh platforms. It is an object oriented media integration, delivery, playback tools. With the help of this, we can do this thing. Second, the technology which is used is the desktop publishing and computer graphics. So it is the process of creating documents with the help of computers. Here, text and graphics are composed into page layouts. Through this software, we produce the books, newsletters, brochures, or any other kind of the uh, documents. So software for desktop publishing are available by the leading companies. They have given this. Adobe, you must have heard the name, Coral, Quark, Microsoft. These are the companies we have given the software for this desktop publishing. So in and I hope I will like to share that they are basically this desktop publishing software is used by the designers for making the green card. आपने greeting cards देखे होंगे, calendars जो देखे होंगे जो निकलते हैं month wise. It is used for that. For Hallmark Card Studio, these are the some of the uh, things for which this software is being used. Computer graphics. In normal word processing or desktop publishing, the text is processed and manipulated. Then there comes another technique which is called computer graphics. In this, uh, um, the text is processed and manipulated by changing its font size, color, by changing the characters, by changing the paragraphs in the form of pictures. The different type of graphics, these can be in the form of pictures, just I told you, icons, a graph, a border. Like you have seen one picture I am showing, putting the figure, putting in balloon or some border. You can just see some clip arts. So these are all computer graphics which are produced on these softwares. And charts, if you see the increasing charts, the graphs, they are produced on this software. So these are the softwares which we are using. And there is one, internet and groupware. There's another concept, internet and groupware. I have used this word earlier too. Internet, I have already told you, it's a network of networks. It is high powered computers throughout the world are connected to each other through various means like telephone lines, under the sea cables, network cables, fiber optics, microwave signals, or through satellites. Out of these interconnected computers, some of them are servers. They store the documents, program files, audio files, video files, pictures, animation, database, other information. So this information is through internet. This information can be taken. While I have also used a word www, although internet and world wide web is taken as same, but it is not so, because internet is a network of networks, while www is one of the facility available on the internet. So web, the web is is a graphical interface, or I should say it has number of interlinked pages by which gives the hyperlinks. Through those hyperlinks you can move to the different pages. I hope you can understand. Computer simply has a storage of information, but if you want to add some graphics, audio, video, animations, then you have to use this web on the platform of internet. So groupware is designed. What is this groupware? the softwares are designed in such a way that the people who are working in a group performing a common task. Suppose some of your chapters are to be framed, units are to be framed, blocks are to be framed. Then you need all the people cannot come to the common place. So they use some groupware software that is for all those who are doing some common task like email we can chat, wiki we can chat, and some of there are many softwares now which is carried out, and it looks that we may not be in the same place but virtual mode, people away from each other, but they work in a team. So these are the what should I say, these are the topic that technology how to prepare the material. Now when you have designed, you have prepared by using different softwares. Now it is important how you will deliver the material. Delivery can be through the audio and video material. Delivery can be through interactive media. It can be through digital delivery. And if there are certain special children, it can be through some assistive technology. So let us read, let us understand one by one. I hope you people can let me know how the delivery can be through audio and video media. You can understand if you talk about audio cassettes, audio disc, broadcast through educational radio, community radio, FM radio. And if you talk about the video, then the video cassettes, video disc, telecast through national telecast network, cable network. So through this we can deliver our lectures materials which we have prepared for any class. There is one word called audio blogging. This is a new concept. People say it is a free downloads. One can use these audio files. Some of the audio files are uploaded to a blog or a website and hyperlinked with some PowerPoint slides in your or in a emails or podcast. The things which I've already discussed in the previous chapters, and they simply keep it on your computer desktop. You can deliver, you can read through those anytime when you require. So this is audio and video materials. This is the way through which you can now the another way, the second way how you can deliver is interactive multimedia. Yes, if your multimedia is an integration of your such as text, sound, graphics, animation, video, and through this multimedia means by when you are using number of ways, number of not only by audio but you are using the text as well as giving sounds or as well as showing some animations to explain, to show your material, because it has been very well said that students they remember just 20% what they see, 40% if they see and hear, and 70% if they see, hear, and do. So you can understand well that educational effectiveness is there in simultaneously engaging several senses of the learner. So hence, interactive through interactive multimedia by including number involving number of sensory organs, you can deliver your work, your material very well. Same is another way of delivery is digital delivery. There are number of sites which are available where the data is available. Thank you. You have to just give payment, and you can download that material. That digital delivery, that data you is not in a that you don't need any particular technique, but it is given a shape and you can download it payment, and it can be auto attachments, means just you pay, you get it. Or sometimes it auto generation of download links. Sometimes when you pay, some OTP sort of things come, hyperlinks come, and they, you just confirm it, and then you can download it. These all facilities are being done to avoid the hackers from entering into the bogus payments. Now the delivery, this is normal for everyone, but sometimes there are learners with special education needs, who are in the need of special education because of their specific behavioral, intellectual, communicational, learning, or physical characteristics. You understand, there are some differently abled students. So now it is very important to cater to the needs of those two. So technology in special education is nowadays gaining momentum, and the it has to be seen before using this technology, that uh, we should be, the your material delivery should be such it sustain learning, it sustain interest and hobbies, it strengthens the areas such as cognitive processing and communication. They should have the if the learning preferences of a specially able child should be taken care of. Some may have some visionary, auditory, or kinesthetic. So you have to be careful while designing it. So you, these are the certain things which has to be taken care of. And when we are supporting the for the special need children, so there are certain customized technology which is beneficial to the students with a special disability, and these technologies are known as assistive technologies. These has come under the category, and assistive technology comprises of various devices. It gives media and services put to service of students with physical, sensory, cognitive, speech, learning, or behavior disabilities. So these assistant technologies are used to enhance the learning among students with the help to perform activities, which these techniques help because without which the disabled child could not carry it. There can be a simple activity like holding a pencil first. We will try to make them understand through the technology how to hold a pencil. And then we will make the child to move forward and take you towards the touching of the screen. So some of the devices of assistant technology are: first we take it to low, then mid, and then high. First is that uh, we how to raise line paper, how alternate writing services we give them, writing supplements, implements we give them. Like they may not put, we give them some magnetic letters. We try to give alphabets in different forms. If you come to the midway technology, we start giving them under the assistive technology tape recorders, calculators. That calculators, they are talking calculators, because if you're visually handicapped, you will not be able to see. And while you are speaking, you may not be able to write well. So talking spell checkers. Audio books, if you cannot see, you can just go for the audio books, means the books are the language of the books, topic wise topic, block wise blocks, are translated into audio, and the learner just sit, listen, and the whole book is being taught in that way. So these are audio books. Then, of course, when the child crosses this barrier, we go towards the specialized software like talking word processors, word prediction software. Then we move them to the software. If they learn, they understand, and then we take to them communication devices, then we assess them touch screens, keyboards. So these are, like, you understand, the visually we take them to the braille, and then they touch and they understand. So these are the assistive technologies that are used for differently able children. So there are, if I take, if some, does your unit also includes that it is beneficial of some barriers for that? So there are certain barriers, physically, sensory, or cognitive, in different subjects. Like, they have tried that in reading, if there are certain problems in the reading, the tools which are used by the children with the special needs are like changes in the text size, big letters will be given, background color will be changed, pictures will be given along the text, so that they can read well, understand well. There will be electronic books. Suppose in mathematics, so they're organizing and studying. Similarly, the subject mathematics, they may not understand by that. Abacus is used, calculators with printout is used, talking calculators are used. If I'm taking in between to just to make you understand, some, if some vision is very very low, so magnifiers are used, large print books are used, closed circuit television screen magnification softwares are used, braille material is used, braille translation softwares are used. If there is a issue of hearing, so uh, signaling device, you must have seen the news. When the newsreader is news, the other person who's standing nearby in the studio is making the signs. So so signaling devices are used. Flash alert signals on computer, just to tell them they cannot hear, so some signals are being used so that they can understand and they can read. So this is the way that assistive technology can help for the children with the special, uh, there are, if we had to say that, we, some of our persons may ask you from where we can, the agencies which offer services to the students, or people with the different forms of disability. So I have shown you the list of agencies. Websites can change, but what is the agency and what is the purpose it serves? Like Alberta Consortium, the person with disability, purpose to serve all type of disabilities. Material resources unit, learning resources center, the purpose is students with a visual impairment. Like, different type of disabilities and different type of agencies which can help them out to deliver the material, or to make them educate, or help them to do that. So by this we finishes up the unit 6. Let me now move to, क्या करा आपने? So let us move to the unit 7 of your block 2, that is technology for classroom teaching and self learning. Earlier you have seen there are a number of softwares which are being used. Now technology for the classroom. So in, I hope you understand the technologies which are very common for the classroom teaching. It's very common, the technologies which we people are using. One is the board. What are the technologies used? Since long we are using the chalkboards. Since we were the students, the teacher used to teach it on the board. So and you cannot go away with the teaching on the board. But now what is the change? Change is that today is the age of e-learning. So interactive whiteboards are in great demand. You must have seen in the schools, Now in the universities, in the colleges, the boards are linked to the computer and projector. Teacher can depict anything, can link to the computer, and can, while teaching the students, it can make them visit to different educational softwares, to different websites, and can make the things happen, can make the things uh, to be more absorptive. So like we have even you can link to the DVD players, you can give the sounds to them. Sensitive display, like I have already told you, uh, there can be, if you are using this interactive boards, there is a facility to record the instruction. And in case now, because of these boards, you can record, and if the student suppose doesn't understand, you can go back and make your lecture again visible. It is recorded in that. So it gives lot of it connects to the internet, and as well as to the adds more to the education value. Charts, you understand what are the charts? They are simple, very cheap, very, I hope, inexpensive teaching aids which have been used placed in the classes. But now the concept of flip cards have come. Flip cards, that is, you can make a flip chart. We give visual representation of, suppose I am teaching you the parts of an automobile, suppose I am teaching you the parts of the digestive system of human being. We can prepare different cards, uh, flip charts, and in this way, by playing audio with the recording, explains various stages so this way the flip cards are being nowadays in picture. In addition to the simple charts, projectors, you have seen earlier, I have told you OHP, overhead projector, which is used, for which the transparencies are made. They are placed on the glass, which is below which there is a bright tungsten halogen light, and there is a fan which cool down the apparatus simultaneously, the light sources, and through these transparencies, you transact the uh, material which is handwritten. But nowadays, you know very well, through liquid crystal display, LCD projectors have come. They are video projectors used for projecting data on the monitor. They are comparatively lighter in weight. Source of light in projectors are halogen lamps, and through this you can project it on the wall, on the screen, and you can connect to the computer, and through the computer and LCD you can project the material. So, and these are the some pocket size projectors have also come up, which display the text and visuals on the screens of the cell phones. Then there are slides. You know, understand the slides are same as the OHP. The slides are prepared. 35 standard slides are projected by slide projectors. They are, but nowadays these slides are now replaced by PowerPoint presentation. You can add to them, you can erase, you can prepare new, you can add new features to it. So slide projector nowadays are obsolete, and therefore nowadays the PowerPoint presentations have taken place in place of the slides. Audiovisual sources, audiovisual resources, you know, the sources like audio I am discussing with you. uh, there are lectures, of course, audio. The teacher used to give lectures that are audio, and if but now there are radio programs, TV programs, recorded discussions, which made accessible to the learners in the classroom. Visual resources may be electronic, maybe non-electronic softwares. Resources are writing, drawing, and word processing, printing, recording. The non-electronic ones may be simple as charts, still pictures, and unlike transparency slides, they are non-projectable visuals. So through this ICT, you can you can see the multimedia, and with the help of those, you can prepare the you can add the visual effects to your presentation. Even you are giving the lectures, so both lectures and the visual effects can be given by using the various, as I told you, world web, www on the internet. You can add features to it, so it gives the visual concept, visual or video look to your lectures. The programs, teacher programs in IGNU, for example, the video cassettes with the demonstration of teaching are shown to the participants. And even there are certain educational relevant television programs which are followed by the discussions. Radio, which I have already told, the interactive radios are there. So with the help of all this, even our new IGNU, that is distance education, is also using both audio and visual technologies for this purpose. Now, the second topic which is to be covered in this unit is technologies for self learning. I hope all of you sitting here understand that what you mean by self learning. Earlier, the students were less, they can be accommodated in a classroom. But now the learning generation has increased, the learning number has increased. So, to the delivering instruction to a large number of learners, you have to uh, you have to take the support of the education technology. And what this self learning means? Self learning is the learning independently without the direct intervention of the teacher, and technology facilitates this self learning in several ways. With the technology, you learn yourself, and there is no intervention of the teacher. Like how the technology this the delivery of instruction, the technology can come across various physical barriers. If you use many geographical boundaries can be taken care. Even in the far flung area, the delivery of the educational material can be done. For the self learning, learners can be given online libraries, e-books, right? Learn and performance, there can be some textured material can be textured in such a way that they can read, assimilate, and give a feedback to it. So for the self learners, many IGNU has also gone for the radio counseling programs and the programs delivered through EduSet on TV, which are time for this self learning. But sometimes this TV program or television program or radio programs, there is a drawback that they are time bound. You, if you miss them, you cannot retrieve them. So hence, nowadays some conversion technologies are required, in which all the things can be possible. Like you see your own mobile phone, it has different technologies. You have a digital camera in it. You have camcorder for facility of camera, capturing video as well as audio. You have voice recorders. So these are the devices you can connect to the internet, and these type of technologies are nowadays required for the self learners to support the self learners. Self learning material, you, all the students in the IGNU are what they are getting, they are self learning material is given. So self learning is known as autodidactism, means educating oneself. It can be through reading, listening, observing, or even performing. And it is not there even in the classroom or outside the classroom. But the human teacher it is not necessary that the human teacher is to be there. So and thus we define this SLM, self learning material, as a material that promotes learning through one's own effort in the absence of a teacher. In print media as well as in other media such as multimedia, which can contain SLM. Yeah, for these are the means these are the technologies by which this self learning can happen. And now the technologies which facilitate self learning can be the audio resources. Audio resources means uh, what way can we say that there are many institutions, I should say, like CIT, NCRT, IGNU. Broadcast radios are on the regular use. You must see there are some radio programs live or can be recorded. IGNI regularly provides interactive radio counseling programs for the students where the learners can call the toll free numbers and they can provide it to them and they can contact the teacher if required. So, and radio is audio resources means the radio. Radio is much more preferred because it is economic. It can it is economic, easy to carry, it is portable, easy to operate, and it can transmit the information also. But the problem is that we cannot rewind, as I told you, you cannot retrieve, you cannot control the programs. So these are the audio resources which can help you to assist you in self learning. Interactive videos is the second way which facilitates your self learning. The interactive videos contain educational content in a multimedia format. Interactive videos, I have already told many times that just there are many you can just randomly visit some video segment to a video monitor and you can have a remote control and you can just see stop wherever they are and can learn from them. And these videos can be online. Besides, many times we have been using these interactive videos for entertainment, but this interactive videos can be well used for the education. For example, laboratory experiments which are performed can be performed virtually through this interactive video. You are not in the class, but how to go about the any laboratory experiment, if you are a science student, you can use this interactive videos. If you want to see the if you want to have a trip to the museum, you can go through these interactive videos. You have to see some coin collections, you can go through these interactive videos. So basically these interactive videos are multimedia packages. They are audio as well as videos in multiple forms available as a compact disc. CDs are available, DVDs are available. So in this the things are being presented. Now the next mode is television. Television, through television you can go for the self study. Self learners can achieve it. Like the television is one of the important tools for imparting education. It is extensively used in the distance education, and it is a what we can say, it is a country-wide classroom of UGC programs telecast by IGNU. So there are so many agencies, educational institutions which are using this instrument for the relay of their materials. So you can see though in radio we are uh, there are disadvantages to the radio, like the viewers are passive there, but in interactive TV programs you can control the interaction. and even you can interact with them through telephone or SMS. There, as I told you, in radios, there are toll-free numbers which are being given to the learners. If they are learning, they can just wants to join the call. They can they can ask. They can put their questions, and they can ask their teacher. Usually, you see the radio and the television are one way, but with modern technologies, there is another mode is conferencing. With modern technology, if no longer required for the participant to leave their home or workplace and come all the way to attend the conference. Technology help in conferencing can connect the participant physically separated from each other, and data exchange among them may be multiple forms. So through the conferencing, it may be audio, it can be video conferencing, and in audio conferencing, as I already, if you can understand, single media audio, only speech and other audio recordings can be exchanged among the participant. Only thing is, we all are connected at the same time. We don't leave our homes, but are connected to the networks. Uh, Same is another is a video conferencing. This it may be through the integrated service digital networks. IP means internet protocol, leased lines, VSAT, or any combination of these. Digital videos are used for transmission of motion of image over data networks such as high capacity ICDN, and similarly, through this video conferencing, we can easily talk to each other and can discuss if there is some issues in the study material. And there is one more word which is called web conferencing. Like in web conferencing is another word. Web conferencing, when some togetherly we are working, it can be through a groupware software which I have discussed you just now. The web conferencing, the discussions are carried on live and can be in the synchronous mode. As I told you, they all are present at one time, maybe at different places, but they are connected over the internet. And this web conferencing is also one of the way how the person can learn. He may or she may not come to the class, but can understand the materials. Internet, internet, you very well know, this is a virtual educational through internet, a worldwide network or interconnected computer networks. They provide the facilities of email, chat, world wide web. So is technologies for educational purposes, virtual educational institution, virtual libraries, electronic resources like educational portal. E-books are facilitating self-learning. Yeah, because you can just by if you have read the material, there are certain blocks. You can post your problems on the blocks, and the teachers can give the solution to it. So there are number of ways through which, after going through your material, you can discuss with your teachers, or you can use these facilities, these technologies for getting for self-studying. Podcasting, I have discussed with you. Is there anyone who will tell me what is podcasting?
It is audio like YouTube. We can like
Yes,
YouTube,
yes,
but
yes.
audio only. We audios we can publish audio
Yes,
recording.
yes. This is basically audio files are put here, and they are servers, basically exchange of contents postcarding attachment there, you can put into the blogs, the information is there, the learning material can be there, and you can just download them and you can go through them. Exactly, ma'am. So
Yes.
instructional designing is you have to design your SLM with a very conscious mind. The material has to be designed in such a way it not only provide the knowledge but also ensure that it's pedagogically sound. So these all instructional designing, while designing any material, you have to be very careful, because you should see the following. Survey means the learner profile with information on aspects such as their current knowledge and need. We should understand, if we are taking up this class, survey should be done. What previous knowledge they will be carrying, how much, what current knowledge which we are going to deliver, what design objectives, what should be the learning objectives, and what should be the while designing this, while designing SLM. Developing is survey, design, and develop instruction material in such a way that the self learning choose the medium or the media uh, to which it can be properly delivered, like print or audio or video. The instruction delivery of the instructional media has to be how it will happen. When you are designing any material, you have to look into it. The evaluation, academic programs find out whether the SLM thus design help in fulfilling the predetermined objectives or not. If the objectives are not fulfilled, the designing of this is of no use. I take the example of IGNU itself. IGNU basically designed the courses that it needs of the learner. Survey and other techniques they took into account. They divide their whole course material into blocks and then further into the units. Activities, they also put the glossary behind the material. If you want to read in a more extent, the references are being given. The feedback, the pro forma, the format for the feedback is there. And through learning material through various media, among the print media, while delivery of the material is through print medium is the easiest one. So the master media they use is the print media, and evaluates learning outcomes and revises the learning material from time to time. They keep on changing, they keep on evaluating the material which they have framed from times to time. So, my dear, this by day we understand through this technology for classroom teaching and self-learning. Means for how what are the technologies we use for the classroom, and what are the technologies are used for the self-learning. Let us now move to the same technology. The eighth is, I hope, repeating the same audio, video, web, internet. Same is there in the technology in unit 8 also. Because we are left with one day only, let me take you to the block 3, that is unit 9 now. Because as far as technologies are concerned, lesser or more, the things I have discussed are the same. So let me now take you to the block 3, and the first unit of that is print and human learning. What you mean by the print and human learning? So in this chapter, the basic part which we are covering is the nature of learning. What are the factors which are affect the learning? What are the learning theories? What is adult learning? What is the learning from the print media? And what is the implication of material design? So the main focus, let us first start what is the nature of learning? The nature of learning. Learning is basically an active process. It doesn't that I am teaching you a learning. No, your learning starts when you are born and it continues till the death. So it is a dynamic process. And these learnings bring permanent changes in your behavior. Without learning is purposeful and goal oriented. Without any aim or motivation, it is highly difficult to learn anything. So, for example, if you are a software expert, learning will be different than a person who wants to go for the law or who wants to be go to the teaching. So, mathematical if you want to be a mathematician or you want to go for the physical sciences, the learning has to be different and you should have motivation for it. Otherwise you will not learn or you will become bored. So this is what we know, that is the nature of learning. So what are the factors which are affecting the learning? So if you want to learn, what are the things which are going to affect you? The very first is nature of learning material. If uh, the learning material have a significant on your learning as well as memory. If it is difficult, if it is meaningless, and it create it, you have to face hurdles in learning. Uh, it will be tough for you. But if it is easier to learn if it is logical, meaningful, clear, takes you sequentially, then it is easy to learn. So the nature of the learning material surely helps you to create your interest. Learning method. There are many learning methods. The method you choose or you use affect your learning. There are methods which make you to learn part versus whole. Part versus in small chunks. You can remember the things better. You can learn the things better. It can be active versus passive. You are sitting active means you are participating in it, while passive, you are just sitting and listening. It will be sometimes tough because your concentration decreases. Or in the passive, if you say it is just a rote memory, there is no understanding. It will be tough to learn it easily. If it is a rhythmical method, there are materials which are rhymes are easier to learn. Learning with association is easier to learn. Trial and error is easier to learn. If the method of learning involves understanding, it will lead to the efficient learning. Interest and motivation. How much level of interest or motivation is there to learn greatly affect your learning. Factors which basically decrease your motivation or the tendency to learn, there can be you can increase it by suppose by practice. You can if you practice anything you learn fast. If the learning material matches you with your age, with your intellectual level, with your mental abilities, with less anxieties. So it will enhance your learning. Environment, if it is a peaceful and a favorable conditions are existing, you will be able to learn fast. So these are the factors which usually affect learning. There are a number of learning theories. To explain this learning, there are a number of what are the theories. They not only describe and explain the necessary conditions under which learning takes place, but these theories helps you to know how effective learning can occur. Learning theory is a general concept about learning it, and there are two main categories of learning theories. One is behavioral theory, another is cognitive theory. What is behavioral theory of learning? Behavioral behavioral view of learning is basically like stimulus and response relationship. So there is an association between the stimulus and the response, and this they are based on these theories. Number of theories have been begun on this SR. S means stimulus, R means response theories. One is Thorndike's trial and error theory. It is This theory is based on a very one of the very popular experiment, and that experiment is that the cat and a puzzle box. There is a hungry cat in a puzzle box which could be only opened by pressing a particular lever. Outside the box, a food is being placed. The cat is hungry, so it will start attempting to come out of the box. The cat may take random chances to come out by pressing 1 3. It's a puzzle, so it can take number of chances to coming out. In the subsequent trial, the time taken to make the correct response and number of gradually uh, what happened after some time, the cat by lot of experiments, by a different permutation combination, presses that lever which opens it, and she comes out of it and takes the food. Similarly, the cat keep on repeating it. But you will see that as the time passes, by practice, the cat will take not much of the time to press the correct lever and to come out. So this Thorndike termed this behavior as a learning by trial and error with accidental success. So these are so you can understand there is a stimulus, presence of a lever, and a response pressing the lever. So you press the lever, then it comes out of the box, and this is the way he tried trial and error theory. So the Thorndike says there are three laws of learning in his theory. The law of readiness. He says that under this law, if you are not ready to learn something, you cannot learn it efficiently. Readiness comes from the interest, need, age, maturity, and previous learning experience. If you have learned it, you will do it. Then he says law of exercise. Law of exercise in the two law of use, laws of disuse. Exercising of a response strengthens its connection with the stimulus, and disuse weakens. It will no more keep on doing the same mistake. Hence, it is a law of exercise. Law of effect. It is the act leading to the satisfaction becomes associated with the situation. So, natural tendencies to learn the things which gives us happiness and satisfaction. So the cat could learn it because she gets the food outside. Hence, that gives the law of effect. The second theory came out was a Pavlov's classical conditional theory. All of us know that the Pavlov, a Russian psychologist, got the Nobel Prize for his theory. Ivan P. Pavlov. He uh, he noted there is a saliva secretion, a reflex reaction elicited at the sight of the food of a dog. So unconditional, you can see there was a sound of a bell. There is a neutral stimulus, sound of a bell. After the bell, this the salivation would eventually be elicited, and the footstep of a person who used to bring the food. The process is called conditioning. Just by neutral and ineffective stimulus becomes effective in eliciting. Otherwise, just giving a bell does not have any meaning. But when the dog was there, a bell becomes a stimulus. The footstep of a person becomes a conditioning, and it becomes, and the dog, and the Pavlov conditioning is known as the Klasning conditional because it is the first and the classical type of experiment in the field of learning. It is also known as respondent conditioning. I should give you another example. Once you take your child to a doctor, the doctor has done nothing, but the child started weeping because he understands that when he came last, he was given some painful injection. So that memory make him visiting that place is a stimulus to him, and he responds, he start crying because it has she or he has a frightening experience. So basic conditioning performers. So few interesting phenomena which are inherent in conditioning are acquisition, extension and response recovery, generalization and discrimination. So what is acquisition? Acquiring the connection or association between the unconditional stimulus and the conditioned stimulus. When conditional response follows the presentation of conditional stimulus. Even in the absence of unconditional stimulus, it employs conditioning. आपकी बेल बजेगी, खाना नहीं आएगा. One or two times he will wait. Ultimately, there will be extension. So once the conditioning has taken place, if you continue presenting your, uh, uh, but if you continue to give that stimulus and no response is being taken, ultimately it will be weaker and gradually disappears. This is known as extension. So, and the third is the basic condition formula is generalization and discrimination. Generalize refers to the responding in the similar way to the stimuli that resemble each other. A child, suppose a child fears from mathematics, will see that the physics is also same. He will start fearing from the physics also. So discrimination learning is also significant, but honors, the stimulus is same, so the child cannot discriminate, and hence the it gets the same frightening. So this is the second way of process of learning. The third theory under this category was given by the Skinner operant conditioning theory. You have just seen the Pavlov was the behavior was elicited, salivation was there, and on other hand, pressing the lever was imitated behavior performed intentionally by the cat. So, what Skinner said, he took both of them into. Uh, he says that he actively understand that these are thus instrumental conditioning. But what Skinner did, he says that if these are added with the rewards, The Skinner systematically manipulated and presented and studied the concepts of reinforcement. After being paired with any particular behavior increases the chance of the behavior, Skinner postulated the response immediately followed by a reinforcing stimulus. The organism tends to strengthen the SR relationship and increases the probability of the behavior. So he added what he did, there should be some reward associated with it. So, what are the educational implication of this? These are the three theories which I discussed with you. Now, what are the educational implications of stimulus response theory? Here, what we have some. What are the implications? The learner should be active. It has been observed repeatedly. Learning is an active process. So, effective learning, the learner should be active. Learning by doing. The best after learning, they have said, keep on doing and you will learn it. Here they says that practice leads to perfection. The cat keep on putting the liver and ultimately lead to the perfection. Appropriate reinforcement should be there. They says that many times reinforcement helps to do that. It strengthens the behavior. There should be certain type of reinforcements like praise, reward, we nod, or if you don't give it, it weakens some behavior. So different reinforcers are to be used. Satisfaction facilitates learning. This is the next implication of this. Learning experience, if rewarding, it further facilitates the learning. Readiness helps learning. If you are ready and mentally prepared to learn, it is easier to learn through this stimulus response relationship. But there are drawbacks in it. What are the drawbacks? The drawbacks is that this is usually a mechanical process. It does not involve your mindset. It does not neglects the role of insight. Nevertheless, this story has a great contribution of learning, but still, being mechanical and being, uh, what should I say, that does not involve your cognitive powers. No mental learning, simply experimentation. And hence, these behavioral theories are based on it. Then the second type of theories were cognitive theory of learning. What is this cognitive theory? This theory emphasizes the role of cognition, higher mental processes like attention, how you perceive, what is your memory, imaginary, what languages, reasoning in learning. So, what are these means? It involves your cognitive powers. So, what are the implication of your cognitive theories are the arrangement of a problem situation affects the insight. Relationship among the variables of a solution lead to some solution and the learner is provided with some structural learning problem so the relations are perceived clearly. Here, just is not mechanical, but we provide them the solutions, the answers, so that they can learn it. Insightful solutions are transferable. For example, once the solution is reached, experience can be easily utilized in a similar problem situation. It is not the problem, once it is taught, the problems of the same type can be taken care of new in the new problem situation. Encouraging learning with the, for example, if one drives the two-wheeler, he learns the skill of driving. He can also, she can also drive the car. So once you learn it, the solutions are transferable. Encouraging learning with understanding. Here earlier you have seen that the behavioral one, it is a sort of a rote learning. So learning by the formulas, rote memory or rote learning fades away soon. But if it is through understanding, it's lasts long. Providing cognitive feedback. If you have a possibility of feedback, because if you have learned, you can tell, you can give the feedback, and where there is no possibility of feedback in stimulus and response theories. Goal setting. If suppose you get a success or a failure, it provides the learner the motivation, helps him to set the goal. Responses are they are influenced by total situation. Means, what is this implication? That the if we have the situation which we have to keep ourselves, that all of us are reacting or performing in that learning environment. All essential components of learning environment influence this learning. Insight develops according to age. As you mature, as you gain experience, the problems are different. The mental level is different. So the learning is different. So these are the theories of learning and their implications. Now we move to the next topic taken in this unit is nature of adult learning. We all understand there is a difference between the learning of a child and an adult. Adults, they have developed a mature personality. So uh, it is crucial to understand their adult personality, their particular needs, their particular motivations and aspirations. So nature of adult learning is to be according to them. The following points are important to provide useful information about their characteristics. Adult learners are mature people, so they are self reliant learners. They can learn on their own pace. They have realistic and useful past experience. They have insights which lead to the success. They prefer democratic, participative, and collaborative environment for learning. So, whenever you are going to teach adults, you have to take into account these facts. Adults long for control over learning content, activities, and pace of learning. They will, under this point, we understand the adults will determine how and what they will learn. They have a control over the learning content, activities, and learning in their working environments, helping adults evaluate themselves. Self evaluations, challenges, motivates adults, and if some feedback is being given, that can be used constructively. Adults have concrete and immediate need. Adults are more aware of their immediate needs. Instead of lengthy theoretical discourses, practical problems and their solutions are preferred. And it has to be more problem centered and above all need based. There is an intrinsic motivation of adults is high. Adults lack time but are more motivated to learn than children. External rewards are not so motivating for the adult learners. Internal incentives and curiosity to learn more are more important and more useful. Adults go for voluntary education. Age not only brings maturity but also responsibility. So, increased readiness for learner and education than children. The adults go for their more readiness uh, and more bent of mind if they want to read. Maintaining adults' interest in studies is challenging. There are a lot of factors like family pressure, social, job communities, societal pressures. So that are the factors which really affects the adult education. So these are, there are some importance. They provide useful information about their characteristics of the adult education. So this is a simple topic in it, which I thought different points for adults. Now there is in this chapter, in this unit, what is there is that learning from print media. You are all reading through the print media. You are always taught with the oral instructions imparted by the teachers by using teaching aids through interaction among the peers. But still, the students are accustomed and habitual to acquire maximum knowledge from the printing textbooks or other printed material. If there is no textbook for them, read, they may feel insecure. So they depend upon their reliance is on the print media. So, so for all of the, so I could say from out of all the media available for such communication processes, the print media is most impressive and effective because of certain qualities inherent in this medium. The first one, indelible ink, and the learner get flexibility to go through this printed material. The learner can read whenever they find the time, and as it cannot fade away, it is permanent, indelible ink. Second, it is cheaper than other media, which promotes the learning through the print media. You don't need any special infrastructure if you have to go through the printed material. They are easy, they are portable, you can carry them. So you must be now understanding why the open universities and distance education institutes are adopting the print media as the master media for instructing the learners. You can also, if you uh, I should say about the books, that books have a profound influence on the individuals. How can you say, like, how can you clarify this statement? Any one of you, please. Anyone who can let me know, the print media, the books are in the form of a print media, how the books, they have a profound influence on the individuals.
May I
Yes,
try, ma'am?
Mani.
Uh, Books play a very important role in the life of each and every individual who actually want to gain knowledge on different subject. Uh, Maybe we read the autobiography or biography of some writers or some
Your voice is
individuals.
not
So,
audible, Manik. Your voice is not audible.
may I audible now, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible. Your voice is coming like it looks like it's coming from far off a place.
Yeah, ma'am. Maybe it is a technical problem.
Yeah, this is the technology, but we people are learning. These are the
Yeah,
handicaps of the technology.
yes, ma'am. Maybe my headphone is not working today properly. Yesterday also I had some problem with my system, so I was not able to join on time.
Okay.
And okay, I'm sorry to answer it now, ma'am.
Yeah.
We can depend books anytime. No need of electricity, and we can store it anywhere.
Yes. Correctly. Very good.
Yeah.
The you can see the written material, the books, the old books, our old epics of India, or the times when the World War was there. Any civilizations have come into picture. Any cultural ethos is there. So they have given a very strong impact on your minds. Religious texts are there, so the thinking of masses influence their behavior. This the texts, they do that. Or more or less, if you deal with the children, they have a fairy tales, folk tales of the childhood. They leaves an indelible impression on their minds. So it has emerged as a very powerful, effective, popular mode of delivering huge quantity of high quality information. So hence, this is the this is the printed media through which we can deliver many things. We can move the masses. So what are the implications for the material design? So when we here they says that whenever there is an absence of a teacher, the instruction material should be such that it is self-explanatory. We should design our material in such a way that it is not only facilitates learning but also increases and maintains the interest and motivation of learners. This is, we are talking now that we have printed books, we have material designs. Now what are the implications? What are the, while designing the material, what we should look into? We should, first of all, we should look into purpose. Directly means before writing or start writing anything on a topic, we should must see what is my goal, what is my objective, to where I am focusing the learner, what are the end goals. There should be some purpose to it. Second is that there should be some meaningfulness. The content should be meaningful to the learner. There should be ample illustration examples so that it clears your mind, so and stimulates your thinking. It should have a learner characteristics. What is learning material? Seek information. Prospective learners, we have to see what the prospective learners are there, what are their previous knowledge, what are their present demands, what are their mental level, what, how much they are ready to accept it. Those should be and we should, while learning characteristic, we should avoid the things which affects the learner's feeling. Learner based approach is another thing we should look into it. Learner centered, and take care of learners particular need and aspirations. It should develop analytical and critical thinking and cognitive skills through the suitable activities and questions. Now the content, it has to be very clear and specific. It should sustain your attention. It should not it should keep the learner active. Authenticity, you should ensure that the data given is authentic. That's why every time you have to update your material. The things can change with the passage of time. Difficulty, the difficulty level of course material should, we should take, it should not be too easy, not too difficult, because it will lead to the loss of interest of the learner. Textual unity, it distracts the learner for learning. Textual unity in the lesson means the content should be supported with the relevant headings. You are talking about something, writing something, so the headings and subheadings to highlight the structure of the text. Graphical presentation should be in consistency with the information being delivered. That is called textual unity. Organization of material. Organize the learning material logically, and it should flow systematically and logically from the starting point, which is clearly related to the learner's past experience, breaking down the message and information into smaller pieces under logical and relevant headings Make the material eye-catching, easier to understand, learn and manage. So there should be enough score for mental exercises of the learner, and text should contain cognitive links pointing both back and forward so that you can see. Assessment. Assessment is the most important point activity because you have framed the material, but that is not, you are not able to assess that what is the capacity or capability or competency which has been now developed by the learner. You must have that parameter while doing that. Feedback, the most important thing, because you understand, by putting the feedback format into it, you can understand what are the rights there, what things they are answering well are right or wrong. So the, and you can also change, you can also fill the gaps into your materials if the feedback is not coming in the desired way. So by this, my dear friends, I finishes up this chapter of this unit of print and human learning. Now there is a time for you all to give any suggestions, or you can talk about anything, or you can seek the questions, because it will be difficult for me to take up the next chapter. I'll not be able to finish it up. Any queries, any problems, or anything you people want to ask?
Ma'am, I couldn't attend yesterday's class, so I'll get those classes.
Okay, I'll try. I'll
Okay, ma'am.
try, Chitra,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
because tomorrow is the last class of mine of MS
Okay.
032.
Yes.
So I'll like to take you. I'm trying to finish it very fast. I'm trying
O-
to do the things so that you people can understand. At least you get an overview of this paper, that
Okay.
what can be asked in them.
Okay. Thank you,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
is there any other source where can we watch these matlab, recorded these videos?
My dear, this online link is being given by RC Chandigarh. So I cannot. I hope they might be having the recordings of it. They can
मैम
share
लाइक
with you.
ऑन यूट्यूब इज मतलब ऐसा हो कि अवेलेबल हो तो हम वहां से देख सकें
So
बिकॉज ड्यू टू
YouTube
सम
में तो नहीं,
रीजन
my lecture is not on the YouTube. They have just given me a link, and I am talking to you on that link. And it is up to the RC Chandigarh whether they are linking or synchronizing with the YouTube or not, or they are just on dealing with this mode only. So I'll have to ask them, and if they are doing or synchronizing or syncing with that, I will surely ask them and let you know.
ओके मैम थैंक यू सो मच
Welcome. So okay, nice to. Any other thing you people want to ask?
Ma'am, when we talk about this ICT, I think we didn't include a LED board. LED board.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
LED, that interactive boards are basically LED boards. These
yeah,
interactive boards, they involve the technology same.
ma'am.
Basically, we have LCD
Yes,
projectors. LED
yes.
boards are earlier called, now they are called interactive boards. You
Okay,
can
okay.
you can just link them with the computers, and through computers you can link them to the websites. You can
Yes,
link them
ma'am.
to the multimedia phases while
We
teaching.
are using.
Same way, yeah. You
We
can
are
save
using,
your,
ma'am.
yeah.
I'm a
You can,
teacher in Abu Dhabi, so we are using it here. LED boards.
yes,
It's
ma'am. They
very
are called
useful.
the interactive boards.
Okay, okay,
LED
okay,
boards are called interactive boards,
okay, 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 ma'am.
because
Thank you.
these LED boards are basically what they have. You can interact through the number of multimedia
Correct,
softwares.
correct. Browse. We can browse.
Browse, we can browse through it. We
Yeah.
can
Yes.
add some illustrations. We can add
Yes.
some games. We can add
Whiteboard.
some
Whiteboard
music.
is.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
teacher can be make it more interactive while using
Yes.
it in the classroom. It is different than the whiteboards or the green boards which are being
Correct.
usually used in the classrooms.
Okay. It includes everything.
Yeah. So should we all disperse now?
Ma'am,
Any other?
I requested for online material, so I have to take the notes from those link only, no? Those things which your
There is a
lecture is
e-Gyan
coming.
Kosh. Chitra, there is a e-Gyan Kosh. You can
Okay, okay.
download your material from that place.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
It is available there.
Yes, yes, yes.
You have to move to ignu.ac.in, and then
Correct,
from
correct.
e-Kosh you can download your paper MS032.
Then assignment as a handwritten or PDF.
Assignments are always to be handwritten.
Okay,
Always to
okay,
be handwritten.
okay.
So it
A4,
cannot be computerized or cannot be in the typed form.
okay. A4 size paper, right?
A4 size paper.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Any other issues? So can we disperse now? Okay, bye to everyone. Very fine. Good evening. Let's see tomorrow again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.